Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining. So my name is Faye. It's lovely to meet you all. I hope you're all well. So hello, my name's Faye. I am a representative from Victoria University, and I'm today going to be talking to you about how you become a SunSmart superhero. So I'm just going to turn my camera off, but at least you know the name to the voice. Sunscreen is a superhero for your skin, saving you from the big bright sun. That's your motto for today, guys. So we're going to today talk to you about SunSmart safety and most importantly, how to become a SunSmart superhero. But you're all probably wondering, who am I? So hello, my name's Faye. I'm a student dermal clinician. So that can otherwise be called as a skin specialist. I am passionate about skin health and education. My hobbies are going on adventures and performing. I also have an 11-year-old cat called Maxie. Now that we're acquainted, let's go into some common questions regarding sun safety. But you're probably wondering, why am I here? My mission today here is to spread awareness on sun safety to prevent sunburns, the occurrence of skin cancer, to name a few reasons I'm here and why it's super important to be a SunSmart superhero. Now, let's get into a quiz. I'm sure you're all excited for a quiz, first thing in the morning or first thing in the afternoon. I have a feeling all you clever cookies will already know the answers to these questions, but I'm going to get you guys to pop your hands up if you think you know the answers. So, first off, who should use sunscreen? Everyone, that's right. Everyone should use sunscreen as much as possible and every day. What kind of sunscreen? SPF 30. You can use SPF 50. However, we'll go into why I suggest SPF 30. What is it for? For protection against UVA and UVB rays. And we'll go into what both of those are later on in our presentation today. When should we wear sunscreen? Every day, rain or shine. How often should we apply sunscreen? Before going outside and reapply every 2 hours. Oh my. How can we be SunSmart superheroes? By being SunSmart every day. And why do we use sunscreen? Reduce your risk of sun damage, sunburns, and the prevalence of skin cancer. You guys are all doing so awesome. So we'll go into it. Did you know? Did you know that there's more to being SunSmart aside wearing sunscreen? You can be a SunSmart superhero by wearing some broad brimmed hat, wearing some protective clothing, a broad spectrum sunscreen like your SPF 30 or 50, depending what your parents say, staying in the shade when possible, and wearing sunglasses. So now we'll go into the two different kinds of sunscreen. So we've got our physical sunscreen, and then we also have our chemical sunscreen. Did you know that there are two different kinds of sunscreen? One that is a physical barrier that reflects UV rays, and another that is a chemical sunscreen that absorbs them inside your skin. So our physical sunscreen is our SPF 30. So it reflects us on rays that are emitted from the sun. Whereas our chemical sunscreen is our SPF 50. Our SPF 50 kind of interacts with our skin by being what absorbs the bad guys and the nasties in our skin. So in a way, SPF 50 is kind of like the superhero protecting us, while the UV emitted from the sun is the bad guys. Does that make sense? Awesome. Now we're going to go into something a little bit more complicated, but I'm sure you clever cookies will be able to catch on. So we have our UV index. What is a UV index? A UV index indicates the level of UV radiation emitted from the sun. What does this tell us? When we need to slip, slop, slap. Did you know SunSmart recommendations are for sun protection when UV is above 3? That means that there are only 3 months a year that the UV index is low. Oh my, that's really scary, isn't it, guys? Is a little bit. So I'm just having a little bit of a look at our little table over here. So we can see January, February, November, December is our really, really high times of the year where we really need to slip, slop, slap. And then we've got our March, October where it's high. We've got our April, August, September where it's moderate. But that means that there's only 3 months every year that our UV index is low. As we can see here, May, June, July. That's really scary, isn't it, guys? But it's also really cool. We're able to measure the amount of UVA radiation emitted from the sun. But now we should go into what the difference is. In short, so what is the difference between UVB and UVA? UVB has a shorter wavelength, as we can see in our little diagram over here, which affects the upper layer of our skin. You would usually see this as a sunburn, as I'm sure most of you know what a sunburn looks like. So we can see here that it is sunburn that we're talking about when it comes to UVB. Now we'll go into our UVA. So UVA has a longer wavelength, which goes into the deeper layers of the skin. As we can see with our little arrow, our arrow ends over here. What does that mean? Well, it means that it can actually make young people look older than they actually are. So that's where we go into something like premature aging. It also contributes to wrinkles, but it can also contribute to some really scary stuff, being your skin cancers and your melanoma, which is also your skin cancer. I hope that explains what the difference is between the two. We won't worry too much about UVC, as that more so is our interaction with the ozone layer, which, thank God for our ozone layer, we're actually protected. So now we're going into some fun facts, because I know how much you guys enjoy them. Did you know it takes 11 minutes to burn on a summer's day in Australia? So that's when our UV index is in those higher ranges. So that definitely means we need to be SunSmart superheroes and making sure we use our safety, especially during summer. 2 in 3 Australians will develop some form of skin cancer before the age of 70 years of age. Now, that's a very scary fact. And I honestly hope that with all you SunSmart superheroes today, we can reduce that. I reckon you'd all be able to help with reducing that, right? Awesome. I love hearing all the positivity. Australia has one of the highest rates of skin cancer in the world. Oh my, that's scary, isn't it, guys? So let's get into our takeaway points. To be a SunSmart superhero, you need to wear your SPF 30 broad spectrum sunscreen along with a hat, glasses, and your safety clothing. Play in the shade on the high UV days, like the ones mentioned from our UV index diagram. And also spread the word about SunSmart safety. Thank you, everyone. You've been super awesome today. Don't forget, sunscreen is the superhero for your skin, saving you from a big bright sun. Without further ado, I hope you all join me in our next video where we have a sing-along. Thank you guys so much for your patience today, and I hope you enjoyed.